It's been a while since I've vlogged. I didn't do any vlogging last week, so honestly, it was a pretty bland week. I didn't read a single thing last week. Well, I actually read a lot of graphic novels last week. I got a lot from the library. I actually have them here with me. I didn't count these in my reading goal this year. I felt like I read so many, I didn't really want to dedicate all of those numbers towards graphic novels. Not that I don't think that they don't count. I do think that they count. I counted some of them, but other ones, they were just surprise ones that I saw at the library that were available that I just wanted to pick up and try. So I got Home After Dark, The Prince and the Dressmaker, Earthling, and then continuing on from last vlog, I'm still reading the other memoirs from this same author. I never said the author's name last time, but Nagata Kabi. Hopefully I said that correctly. It's Japanese. But this is the continuation after the first three memoirs, and this really delves into, I mean, the title says it all, my alcoholic escape from reality. So it goes into her experiences after the solo exchange diaries of really using alcohol to cope with her loneliness and her work stress and being successful, but also that's a lot of pressure. And other things like disappointing her. Well, I guess I don't really want to spoil it, but I'm not sure if you guys will read it, but I definitely recommend. I really like memoirs, so I really enjoyed this one. And then the other three that I picked up from the library are, I mean, The Prince and the Dressmaker has been on my list to read for a while. It's just a very cute story about a dressmaker who is hired by the prince to make him dresses because the prince is a cross-dresser. Really enjoyed this book. It was just so cute. I mean, they fall in love with each other. It's just so sweet, very teen focused, but it was so fun, and I love the artwork inside, just absolutely gorgeous. So very cool. And then I read Earthling by Aisha Franz. I love reading indie graphic novels. They just do something for me. Like, I really like different kinds of artwork that can go in. Like, this one uses more of pencils, I guess. Like, it looks like a mechanical pencil. Like, you can see the smudges around different panels here. Like, you can see as if she's just drawing in a sketchbook and her pencil is just being smudged with her finger, which I think is pretty cool. And the story itself goes through three characters, a mother and her two daughters. One is entering into adulthood and the other one is entering into her teens. So the starts of puberty and discovering your body and feeling very alien and very different from others. Yeah, this was enjoyable. I enjoyed it. I read it very quickly. And then I also have Home After Dark, and I want to talk about these both, in the same vein. And this one follows a young boy who's 13 who moves from his hometown to California after his parents' divorce. It's in the 1950s, so there's a lot of, homophobia specifically, and also just the toxic masculinity that was a part of that, even though you were a child. And both of these kind of have the same vein of children discovering and having sexual experiences when they're not quite young. It is that time, like, when you're like 12, 13, when like kids in your class are talking about different, oh my god, they got together, do you think they've done it yet? Oh, do you think they've kissed? Have they gone to second base? No one actually knows what that means, but everyone starts talking about it, and then suddenly you're thrust into this whole other world when sometimes you still just feel like a kid and you're not ready for that. Nothing really like stood out to me completely, but I still really did enjoy them, and I'm really glad that I was able to just get them from the library for free and not buy them, because it was enjoyable, but not the most groundbreaking and didn't change my life. But I didn't mark these, I didn't rate them either. I would give both of these maybe like 3.5 stars, and I would give this one 4 stars. It was cute. I liked it. And this one was my least favorite of the memoirs that she's done. It was definitely the shortest one, and it felt like you weren't watching her after the fact. It was kind of her stumbling during the time of this actually happening. There's not really like a lot of hindsight, and she actually mentions that like, oh, maybe the moral of this is like perspective, but it's so close to when I went to the hospital for my alcoholism. That is what I read last week, and I barely picked up. I'm reading House of Hades. Barely picked that up, but I am enjoying it. I think I'm just kind of in like not really a mood to read like words on paper, but I am still enjoying it, and I will keep reading it just slowly. Again, this is a slow readers club. There's no rush. I can read it as quickly or as slowly as I want to. There's no pressure to fulfill a goal. It's literally only January. And I've also read, because I did mark this one off, so I've already read like 5 books technically this year, so I'm a fourth through my goal, so it's pretty good. I'm still thinking about it. If I do reach like really, really close to my goal, maybe I'll up my goal from 20 books to maybe like 25 or 30. That'd be the first time I have ever done that. So that would be very interesting if I did. I did actually get a new book. I didn't buy it. So in my building, we have the gym, also have like a little free library there where you could take a book, leave a book, or just take a book, leave your books if you want to. And I have been really wanting my own copy of Little Women, but I don't know, I just wanted like a copy that really stood out to me because there's so many reprintings, special editions. And today, actually, I went down to work out, and as I was leaving, I was like, oh, I'll just take a look at the library. Like, there's usually not like any books that I'm interested in, but I found a copy of Little Women, and this is a special edition from Penguin that is like penguin threads. So I don't know if it shows up on camera, but it looks like like actual embroidery. Here's a closer look at it. I think you can kind of see the details more. Yeah, you can. Oh, it's so cute. I'm dying. Like, look at the bow on the pages, the house, the military hat from the father. Afraid of storms, for I am learning to sail my ship. Are you fucking kidding me? This is so cute. I love it. Penguin did special editions of some classics back in, I think, 2011 or 2012, and they included Little Women in that. And yeah, all of it looks like actual like needle and thread embroidery, and the texture of it feels like it too. And the part that I love the most about it is that on the inside it looks like the inside of someone who actually stitched something. So this would be like the back, and you can see all the thread connecting through and the pattern on the opposite side. I think it's just so charming and so cute. I'm so jazzed that I found this. I'm so excited that I found it, actually, and I didn't have to pay for it, so that's sweet. It does have a little tear here on it, but I mean, that's totally fine. It doesn't really bother me. I like worn books, and I'm also such a sucker for books that have kind of this like frayed edge here. I don't know why, I like it. I think it adds some character to the book. But yeah, I'm so excited about this. Yay! I have my own copy of Little Women. I'm excited. Only you guys will understand my love for books and how excited I get for them. I have been doing an audiobook that I've been really enjoying. So like I mentioned, I'm not really a romance person, but I do like to do it through an audiobook. So I'm listening to A Night to Surrender by Tessa Dare. And maybe I'm just not a contemporary romance person. Maybe, I don't know, this like regency romance, I'm living for it. It's so hot. Oh my gosh. I think it's like a part of it is about that like forbidden longing for somebody, and specifically in this book it's about a woman who is a spinster, but she also she helps run a sanctuary essentially for women, for other spinsters to go there and relax and just be women and be fine, and not have to worry about finding a husband and just enjoy themselves. So it's like a little retreat for women. And then there's this guy who isn't not like an ex-military. He was injured, so he's not an active member of the military. So he goes to the main female character's father, who is very high ranking, and is like, can you help me get back to my battalion? And her father is like, oh yes, but you can do it here in Spindle Cove and bring military men here. And the main character, Susanna, is like, excuse me, no, this is a retreat for women. There shouldn't be any men here. And he's like, sorry, lady, I gotta do what I have to do. But their tension, I'm finding myself like blushing, and honestly that doesn't really happen with like male female romances for me. Like it happens for like, I usually do like sapphic romance novels if I do contemporary. He is so hot. Oh my god, like he's so hot. I think it's just, he's such a man. I don't know how to describe it. Like blushing here listening. There's like some things that he says that I'm just like, oh my god, stop. So it's not even like a coherent review right now. I'm about like, I don't know, I have, I think, like 7 hours left in it, so I still have more than half of the book to get through. But right now I'm just really enjoying it. Again, this is a recommendation from that YouTube channel that I absolutely love, Witty Novels. She loves Tessa Dare, and I understand why. She knows how to write a man. So I've been having a lot of fun with that. I actually think I might do that for the rest of the night, is just listen to my audiobook and color in my coloring book that I have. It's very relaxing, very nice, and yeah, I think I might just do that. Been a while since I picked up the camera. For you guys, this is like a second. For me, it's been a couple of days. The last time that I recorded was Monday, and today's Friday, but it's currently snowing outside, which is, it's just my favorite thing. This winter has been so much colder than any other winter I've been in. This is my third winter in Toronto, and it's very cold and very snowy. But honestly, if it's gonna be winter and cold, I'd rather it be very snowy and cold, because then it just feels like winter, whereas like the last few have been very mild and very rainy. So this is a very welcome change, because at least if it's gray outside, the ground is nice and pure white, which is very welcoming. But I don't really have a lot of reading updates. I haven't finished anything. Well, I finished some of the other graphic novels by Nagata Kabi. I don't really feel like going over them, to be honest. Like, they were okay. They were good. I wanted to finish them and read them. I don't really have any like overarching thoughts about it. It feels like I'm reading someone's diary, which is not bad. It's also very like essay-esque, where instead of it following a specific storyline, like almost like a memoir that's a little bit, you know, fictional just to make it into a readable story. It's very, very realistic, where like, and okay, I'll go over it maybe a little bit, but in the fifth one, she's talking about why she really, really wants to be in a relationship. And oh my god, it's like really snowing. I have to walk through that later today too, because today is Friday, which means I have to volunteer. So we'll see if I can get some shots of that as I walk. But anyways, she, in her fifth one, she's talking about like why she wants to be in a relationship, and at the very end, she hasn't gone on a date. She hasn't like fulfilled that. She's like, I'm better off being alone. So I wouldn't say that her stories are essentially like inspirational. They're just incredibly realistic about a person who's just struggling through life, and that in itself is nice to read. And then in the final installment, in the 4th book, she talks about her being an alcoholic, and the 6th book, how her alcoholism flared up again and she has pancreatitis, which flares up if you drink, and how she's sent to the hospital for the 2nd time, and basically having to, sorry, I had to pause recording because something was making noise. But anyways, she is talking about in the 6th book her alcoholism and how it flared up her pancreatitis, and actually going through addiction treatment, which is very interesting because in the other books it's kind of like the specter hanging over that, like, her alcoholism is stopping her from actually connecting with people. And that one just came out in 2023, so only 2 years ago. So I wonder if she's going to be putting out anything new. Yeah, I enjoyed them for what they were. They weren't groundbreaking or like changed my life, but I enjoyed them. I love that my library had them for free, so I was just able to get them on hold and pick them up when I wanted to, read through them, easy peasy. But as for other reading updates, I'm still working through my way through House of Hades, which is so funny because in the last vlog I was like, I love it, I can't wait to keep going. It's like, I'm dreaming about the characters, but I don't know, it's like just not gripping me. And I think it's just because it's YA. Maybe I want something just like a little bit deeper. And it's not that these are bad, they're really good and I love all the characters, and every time I open up the book I'm like, oh my god, I love them. But it's just very, you know, it's just very YA. These are meant for younger people than me. But I am still enjoying it, and this weekend I probably will keep going. Hopefully, I'm hoping I can finish it this weekend. We'll see. Maybe by next week. But the thing that has been gripping me is Tessa Dare with A Night to Surrender. I only have about like 3.5 hours left in my audiobook. Okay, halfway through this book, I immediately placed a hold for the next book in this series because genuinely, she knows what she's doing. She knows what the fuck she's doing. They are so good. Oh my god. For romance, which I'm not a romance girl, but again, I think I might just be, I'm not a contemporary romance person, but there's just something about this Regency romance where I'm like, it's so hot, it's so hot. And I think it's because there's like this yearning that goes on and an overwhelming sense of like, I'll risk it all, I'll risk my reputation just to have one night with you. Love it, love it, love it, love it. So I'm really enjoying that audiobook. I'm gonna keep going with Tessa Dare. But the other thing that's been really gripping me is a fan fiction, actually. So it's called All the Young Dudes. It's a Harry Potter fan fiction, but it goes with the Marauders. So James Potter, Sirius Black, Remus Lupin, and Peter Pettigrew. And it's so good. It's so good. I actually started reading it back in American Thanksgiving last year, and it just completely gripped me. Like, just by the, like, it just snatched my wig and just pulled me in completely. For a fan fiction too. So the reason why I started reading it was because I was watching this video where somebody was going over like the 10 books that made me cry my eyes out, and I love a good cry. I'm a Cancer rising. I love a good cry. And in that video, All the Young Dudes was a part of it alongside Manacled, but that's a little too dark for me. I'd rather just read the actual Handmaid's Tale, which is what Manacled is based off of. And it's also Draco and Hermione, which I'm like, I'm not into that. Sorry to all the Hermione shippers. I'm just not with you on there. But All the Young Dudes follows the Marauders through their first year to, I'm assuming, the very end of the war, where some really sad things happen. But it's so incredible, but it's so long. It's so long. It's 1,700 pages downloaded from an ebook to my iPad, and holy shit, it's it's so long. I'm on page 1,000 right now, or like 1,000 something, and they just started their senior year. Or like not their senior year, they're not in high school, their 7th year. So there's still so much story, and it is a Ramus and Sirius shipping story. but it's so organically done that it just works so well. I love reading this because everything that's been happening with J.K. Rowling has really tainted my love for Harry Potter. Obviously, she's the one that created it, but at a certain point, those characters in that story live outside of her. I just have not been able to feel comfortable reading them for a while, which sucks because those books and those movies mean so much to me alongside so many other people, especially queer people. Reading this fan fiction has just like, it's made me fall in love with Hogwarts again, genuinely. And just that entire world, and you know, wizards and Hogwarts and Dumbledore and all those people, and now just experiencing it through the Marauders and it just being something completely new, completely outside of JK. This other author is just plugging in different things that make the whole story work, and then also bringing in some queerness into it just makes it so good. So I know fanfiction really isn't for everybody, but if you were to ever read a fanfiction, I highly recommend it. And I'm pretty sure that this fanfiction is going to absolutely destroy me. I already know it. It's like as I'm reading it, I have this like pit in my stomach because I know what's gonna happen. And James and Lily just got together in their 7th year, and I'm just like, the clock is ticking, and I know what's going to happen to them, and it's just like, it's gonna rip my soul apart. I already know it, and I'm so glad for it to happen. But for today's Friday, so I am going to be volunteering, so I might take you guys along with me again. I have to drop off the books at the library, so I'll be going there beforehand and then volunteering, then coming back home and just relaxing and probably reading. I'm not sure. I probably will just pick up all the young adults. I don't know. It's just like, now that I'm reading it after my break, I'm just like, I want to read it. Because I took a break while I was reading Oathbringer. I wanted to just devote a lot of my time to that, but oh man, it's brought me back. So good. So good. Anyways, okay, so I'm gonna go get ready for that, and yeah, come along with me. This freaking book is making me like kick my feet and giggle like oh my god, it's so sweet. I really love it. I'm really loving it. I only have a few hours left, but oh my god, I just have to pick up the camera and just like do a reaction because that was just so like coffee. I read last night, or I listened to my audiobook last night, and I finished off A Night to Surrender by Tessa Dare. I ended up giving it like 3.75 stars because it was phenomenal. I loved it. I had so much fun listening to it. The audiobook narrator was incredible. She did such a good job, and I really, really enjoyed it. It wasn't a 5-star read for me. Like, it has to truly like change my life for it to be a 5-star read, but I had so much fun, and it was so hot. It was so hot. And like, not only was the smut was smutting, it was so romantic, like genuinely romantic. Like, the reactions that I had last night were from when they were confessing their feelings. I literally was like, I can't believe it. I feel like this entire book was incredibly predictable, as most romance novels usually are, but it was still just it was really fun. I had a really good time listening to it, and I have already put a hold on the other book that won't be ready for like 23 weeks, so it'll be a while until I get back into Tessa Dare. But honestly, I just had a really, really good time, and I think that that's exactly what that kind of book needs to be. It just needs to be a good time. I really love the main female character, Susanna. She was really strong and very smart, but wasn't insufferable, which I feel like sometimes those female main characters can be. She was still very like vulnerable, and there's like a very specific scene, the one that I was like kicking my feet, where she's like, you know what, why should I wait for someone to sweep me off my feet? Why can't I sweep someone else off their feet? And I'm like, I fucking relate, girl. I was always the person that made the first move. Like, you can be the captain of your own fate. That's actually how I met my husband. I went up to him first because I thought he was cute and I wanted to talk to him, and now we're married. So, you know, ladies, if you feel like you should make the first move, just do it, you know? And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But if it does, I'm just saying, worked for me and Susanna. So, and then the main male character, Bram, he was so I love when he falls first, and he falls so fucking hard. Like, he can't get her out of his head. Like, he is so smitten, and it's over from the start. Love that. So this book, like, 100% delivered on really good romance, really good sex scenes, like really, really good sex scenes, to be honest, and quite a bit. Funny enough, none of them were in a bedroom. All of them were like outside. So if you're into that, that's the book for you. But we did have a lot of fun finishing Night to Surrender. It was a really good time. Today I was gonna go thrifting, but it is minus 13 degrees outside Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but it feels like minus 18, so I'm not going anywhere. So I think I'm going to keep reading House of Hades, maybe like jump back and forth between that and All the Young Dudes. Just have a super chill Saturday inside, because it's too cold to go outside. That's it.
vlog. It's been a while, but I got a haircut. What do you think? Good? I think I look so good. I love my hairstylist. Ugh, she's incredible. You, as a girl, you need, or anyone actually, not even girl, guy, non-binary, anyone, you need a good hairstylist and someone who understands your hair, understands your hair texture, and just like knows what you want. Oh, incredible. Like, look at the bang, look at the curl, look at the volume. I'm afraid I look amazing. Sorry, I don't know what to do. Anyways, that's it. I haven't read or done anything, but I just need to show you how cute my hair is. All right, well, since I'm here, I don't really have anything big to report on reading wise. I am still in House of Hades, and God, the last time I recorded, I don't even remember, maybe Saturday. I've been just slowly getting through this book. If I'm being honest, I've also been distracted by Baldur's Gate 3. I picked it up again, and it's just as amazing as I remembered it, and I don't want to do anything else. I can't think of anything else. So reading has kind of been put on the back burner, but I'm so close to being done. Like, I literally have this much left. Like, I need to finish it. I will hopefully finish it tonight, if not this weekend. For sure need to finish it this weekend. And then I think I'm going to take a break from House of Hades. My husband just got home, so break. Okay, I'm back. It's been a couple hours, and again, if you can hear my husband in the shower. Also, I need to stop saying husband. His name is Joseph, so Joseph is in the shower right now. Okay, so I'm probably going to take a break after House of Hades and just give myself some time to read something else, honestly. I don't know how badly I want to like finish the series right now. I think I want to read something else. The Nightingale has just really been calling my name, and I know it's not one of my older books that I have on my TBR, but I really want to read it. Even my hairdresser today recommended that I start reading it, that she's Kristen Hanna. Yeah, that Kristen Hanna is her favorite author, and I really want to read it. I don't know, I'm kind of in the mood for historical fiction and not really like an adventure story, which I've kind of been mainlining in the Heroes of Olympus series. Also, I have been reading, again, more graphic novels. Persepolis? Yeah, Persepolis. I've owned this copy. I've already read this before, but years ago when I first thrifted it, maybe like 6 or 7 years ago. So it's been a long time. This is a memoir, because again, I love memoirs. And this is about a girl who grew up in Iran when the fundamentalist Islamic groups were coming into power, and there was a lot of rebellion against the current government that she was growing up in, a lot of violence, a lot of protesting, and how she grew up in that when, you know, there were air raids going on above her apartment, and her parents would go to protests together, and they would see violence there, and how that was just a part of her life. You know, she was reading Marx and other revolutionists around that time. This is in the 1970s. Yeah, it's going through. This is a little look at the art inside, and it's good. It's very heavy, which, I mean, it's a heavy subject, but it's also, because it is still about her childhood, she's still a child, right? Like, there's so many big things happening around her, but through a mind of a child, you just can't really grasp the magnitude of certain things or the seriousness of certain things. But her trying to pretend that she does, there's a really, I mean, I don't know if I should go through all of it. I always like ramble about very specific points of the book, but I really like it. And I'll probably finish that this weekend too, and I think that's it. I need to end this vlog, so I'm ending it here. Thank you so much for watching. If you like my videos, please like and subscribe. It really means a lot to me and my channel. If you do, it's just a good way to support me. But yeah, thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. And I hope that next time I have some completed books and some reviews for you, because this entire thing was just kind of a weird, mumbled, staggered thing. But yeah, all right, bye. Hi, Edward. I love you, Edward. Yeah, I love you too.